Hello, and welcome to your very first tutorial for Pollination Revit plugin. So I'm going to teach this in a similar style that I teach workshops. Step by step, I go through all the details. You're supposed to follow along. Of course, if you don't want to follow along, you could, but I recommend following along as we go through every step. If you want to get like a quick idea of Pollination Revit plugin, this is not the video to watch. See in the description, I will add a link for a video like a demo in 15 minutes, and there's another demo to 40 minutes. This is supposed to be a long, like in-depth tutorial, step by step, right? So this is the first one. We're going to get it started. You're supposed to have Pollination Revit installed, which means you will get this tab here. Oh, by the way, I will be mentioning Revit plugin version 3, and I will be probably complaining about the UI because it will be better in version 3. Um, I'll add a link to Revit plugin version 3 too in the description. You may want to go watch that. Just ignore me. I'm sorry. I'll try to take some out. I should not be doing that, but I know I can't stop myself. So let's just mention that, get that out of the way. Okay, now. So you should have this installed. Then you should see all these tabs. This should be all active. If they're not, then that means you don't have a valid license. Click on this license manager and it will ask you to log in, which you should log in with the same um, information that you have created your Pollination account. And you can either start your trial license or you can check out a license if you already have a license. So I'm going to pause this and then log in, putting my information in, and then we can continue from there. Okay, so when you log in, you should see something like this. If you have a valid license, then you're all good to go. If you do not have a valid license, usually you see options here. There's like, if you haven't done the trial, there should be an option to start your trial. Or let me return this so I can show you, or it will be something like this. So you can click here to check out a license. And at that point, if you have, access to a license pool, the license pool will show up and you can select, you can pick basically from which license pool you want to get the license. So now I'm going to go ahead, click here and get a license from the Ladybug Tools license pool. So now I have my license. One item that I wanted to explain is there is a box here. By default, it should be unchecked. But if you are a frequent user of the Revit plugin, then you may want to check it. The difference is, as you saw when I started the tutorial, I already had the license even though I didn't log in. This is because I checked out the license in the past, and when I log in, the Revit plugin basically tries to get a license from the license pool. Now we have enough licenses. I don't block anyone. It's fine. But if your company has like only a couple of licenses and then 50 people are using that, you want to be careful not to take out a license, because otherwise, whenever you open Revit and the pollination gets loaded, it just checks out the license for you. I mean, don't worry about returning the license, because when you close, I mean, you can manually return it, which is a good practice. But if you close Revit, it also returns the license to your license pool. Okay, so first thing, you should make sure you have that license. There might be something here to start trial, right? You can click on that, and then here's a form to say like why are you starting and all those, and then you start your 14 days, or maybe don't tell anyone, but I'm thinking maybe we make it a month of free trial so people have more time. For that, you get your license, you're good to go. So the parts that we have here, there is a link to Discourse. If you have any questions, or if you have any problem, you want to see anyone else has responded to it, there is a link to user manual, which you should click on and check out. That basically takes you to the Revit plugin user manual. Then there is a page to about, which is click here is the place that you can see the version that you have installed, the path to your log file, and all those. These buttons are for enabling, disabling pollination. You only want to disable it if, I don't know, if it um, because it adds some properties to rooms and you don't want those. Usually you don't need to. There is an update checker. If you see an exclamation mark here, that means you don't have the latest version. You click on it and it gives you a link. In this case, I am already checked in. I have everything that I need, so I'm good to go. And then reload setting is useful. Sometimes the Revit plugin and the Revit document basically get out of sync. So the information doesn't show up the way usually it happens if you click on this select doors and windows. And instead of host here, you see none. And instead of different phases, you see no phases. That usually happens because you had a Revit model, you didn't really close Revit, and you opened a new one, or you were in the process of like saving it as, a central model, and you forgot to close it and open it again as local, and things get out of sync. That's when you use reload settings. I'm going to ignore material manager um, for this part, or all these resources, like, because these are going to be part of the model editor in the future, and they will be much better. For now, let's just focus on geometry. Then we have show hide boundaries, which I'm going to use during the process. This is helpful when you have a model and you try to place a room and you don't see it. This is when you use that. Ungroup all, usually if you get particularly residential models, there are a lot of groups inside groups of things, and it makes it hard sometimes to edit the stuff if you want to edit. So this is a button that we have there to ungroup everything. Make sure, usually you should be using a detached model. um, I always say that, like, there is this concept of collaboration in the industry. It's usually coordination. It's not collaboration. People don't like you make any changes to their models. It's just safer to have a detached model, save it as central locally for yourself, and use that. So when you ungroup or you change something, other people don't get mad at you. Uh, and then at the end, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 steps that we will go through for you to export the model. This 1, 2, and 3 are, sorry, 1, 3, and 5 are required. These two are kind of optional, but I'll cover all 5 of them in the process. Okay, with that, you have Pollination installed, you have a license, you kind of have an understanding about the menu. Let's get started. See you in the next video.